Here's how they stood ahead of the big mountain with Powell's in the lead. Could he hold on to blue? Certainly a stage for the big names. I'm not sure anybody in their right mind would fancy going for this, but Trek Factory Racing seemed to be dominating, at least for now. Bauke Mollema declared that this was his kind of day. I guess the weather would suit a low countries person, despite the fact it is a peaky test. He doesn't really mind when the weather's horrid because he's kind of used to it.
And this man is going to be nervous, I'm sure, at this moment in time. This could be the biggest win of his career if he manages to hold on today and then through to the time trial on the very last day. Still a lot of work for he and Team Sky to do before they get to that point. But as I said, looking at the way he was riding yesterday, the way his legs were turning, it certainly looked pretty easy for him. And I will be quite surprised if he gets dropped today, actually.
And meanwhile, this guy is still out in front. He's the last man from the breakaway to hold on, and Quintana's exploded out of it. My pick for the day, and he's decided to impose himself. Well, he's looked so cool over the last few days. I said he looked like a mannequin. It's hard to read, but he has got such a turn of pace, and he's decided it's now.
Oh, nice one, Quintana. Somebody finally lights it up from the big guns, and it is that man, Nairo Quintana. 5Ks to go was the marker at which he made his attack, and he's got a reasonably significant attack. The guys behind a little bit slow to react. Now we're going to get a real telltale sign of exactly how good this man's form is.
Here comes Contador. He's just burst out. Oran is trying to stay with Contador, but it's down to Quintana at the moment. He doesn't mind significantly bad weather. Same could be said for Nibali, but he's going backwards at the moment. Hasn't quite got his season form sorted out. But believe me, out front, Quintana is capable of going all the way with 4.6 to go. Contador's the man who's going over to him, but as he does that, he is aiding Oran. There it is. Oran's getting a free ride at the moment. Contador is closing down on Quintana. What a great selection of riders we've got for you right now. And it's only going to get better. I think Pontevivo is also making a push here. 4.5 kilometres only to go.
Yeah, it's still very close, isn't it? Certainly not all going Quintana's way at the moment, but he has still got daylight between himself and the group led by Alberto Contador behind. Just to remind you, Nairo Quintana sitting this morning 14th at 34 seconds in the general classification. He is the weaker time trialist of these GC riders, so he does need to make that time up now, but they're all looking at each other behind.
Look at the conditions. It's absolutely appalling. Not a day you'd reach for your bike unless your name happens to be Quintana.
Yeah, reminiscent of the stage, the Val Martello last year in the Giro d'Italia, which of course this man won. Slightly controversial day that day, but he's doing exactly the same thing today, riding away from his opposition, riding himself probably into the race lead here at Tirreno Adriatico. It's a race that he's never won before, but let's not forget, he's not been around that long, Quintana. He's still a young rider. Not only will he take the overall race lead if he gets a big enough gap, he'll also take the young riders jersey. Incredible to think that this guy has been around so long, competing with the best climbers in the world, but still such a young age.
Look at this, he's into a blizzard, but it's a flurry of brilliance he has displayed. Just got to keep it sensible. The bike almost vertical, doesn't want to lean into any single corner, but he's lent on absolutely everyone today. He's into the horned sections, 250 metres to go. Glory beckons and the lead of this race, and I can't see anybody getting back on Nairo Quintana right now. He has blanketed the field with a show of domination that has been something to behold, where cameras can barely see him as the lights start to flare, and it is a flare performance as well. He knows it, we know it, and now everybody knows that he is on the best of form, and he has delivered. He's a race leader, and he might just have won the whole thing. Nairo Quintana heads the field by 39 seconds going into stage 6 tomorrow, the penultimate stage, of course. Oran 48 seconds adrift, looking good for a podium. What position it will be depends on the time trial.